Hi, this is Ethan again, the design engineer and co-owner of MK Machining, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our Bullpup chassis. I'm going to show you some of the features on it. I'm going to start at the rear of the gun and move my way to the fore end. Starting here, we have two bolts that allow you to adjust the butt pad up and down, and then the two bolts in front of that allow you to adjust the length of pull as well as cant. These bolts are not tool free, but in our production model will be, which will allow you to change it in the field on the fly with no tools. Above that, we have our bag bar. This is just a round rod, but in production we will have different options that you can choose from for this bottom bar. In front of that, we have our bolt release and then our mag release. This Bullpup chassis does accept AW and AICS box mags, but in the future we hope to allow for different magazines as well. On this side, we have our cheek plate, which has adjustability forward and rearward as well as up and down through these bolts. These are not tool free either, but in our production model they will be. As well as we will have a slimmer cheek plate and we will have foam on it. Flipping this gun over, you can see that all of these edges are really crisp. Our new model also has large fillets that run the length of the gun, which makes it a little bit more streamlined, as well as breaks these corners so you don't end up cutting yourself or dinging your knuckles. This Bullpup does accept any AR grip, and as you can see, the AR grip on this one is a little bit close to the box mag, so in our new model we moved it an inch forward, which allows you for more hand room. The trigger guard in this is a little bit small, we've heard from some of you guys, so in our new model we made it a little bit bigger. As well as we slimmed down the trigger to make it look more like a traditional one. If I flip this gun over, you can see that our safety here is operated by flipping it forward to put it on fire, or pulling it back to put it on safety. Since we have right-handed and left-handed shooters, we decided to make this ambidextrous in the new model. So if I flip this back over, you can see that there's no safety, but in our new model, there is a safety on this side as well. If I go up here and talk a little bit about our bolt, you can see that there's no extension on this bolt, but it is in the works, and we are building a prototype as we speak, and we're hoping that the bolt extension will end up somewhere around this grip. This Bullpup chassis does accept any Remington 700 action, but as you can see, this is a Tempest action in here, so it will accept any action that has the same bolt pattern as a Remington 700. Up above that, you can see that there's no rail on this, but that's due to the fact that this has a dowel pin in this Tempest action, which was not in our Remington 700 action. So we had to make some alterations, and it will be on there probably within this week. In front of that, we have our fore end. There's nothing special about this fore end, but in production, we will offer key mod and M-lock options for the user to pick from, as well as different links. I'm going to hand this over now to Tyler so he can tell you a little bit about our trigger.
Hey, this is Tyler from MK Machining, and I'm going to give you a more in-depth look at the trigger. It's a modified Timney Calvin Elite unit. It hooks into our proprietary linkage, and it feels great. It adjusts from 7 to 8 ounces all the way up to 2.5 pounds, so it should fit everybody's needs. I'm going to lay it on the table here, and we're going to get a close-up of the pull weight and the crispness of it. So we have it cocked, safety's off, and Ethan's going to look at the trigger pull gauge first. First, you can see it's functioning just fine. Right at 8 ounces. Right at 8 ounces again. That time just over 8 ounces. Now Ethan's going to come up to the trigger, and you'll see how crisp it is. Essentially, it has no creep. Not only does it feel great, it's also safe. You could drop your gun, you don't have to worry about it firing. You could run the bolts as hard as you like. Stays cocked. You can beat on the gun. and it's safe. Safety off, fires perfectly. So hope that gives you a little better view of our trigger and how satisfied we are with it.